Today I am recording guitar for a client's song, and I want to show you how I get professional sounding guitar tracks without spending forever chasing after the perfect tone. So I'm in Reaper today, but you can be in any DAW, it doesn't matter. Let's get into it. I think a lot of producers get stuck here. They open up a bunch of amp sims, they spend an hour going through tone presets, and then they haven't actually ended up recording anything, and you're already exhausted. So my approach, my philosophy with this is get a basic, decent tone quickly and start recording your musical ideas. The longer you spend chasing after tone, the more you drain your creative juice. So just get a basic tone and start recording. You can always dial in your tone later. So how I like to do this is start by getting a strong, clean signal into the interface, into the DAW. Dial in the tone on your pickups on the guitar, choose your pickup, dial in the tone frequency on the knob there, whatever is closest to the sound you're going for, and then open up your favorite amp sim. Don't start checking out new ones. Grab the one you're most comfortable with, choose a preset. They're usually okay to start with, and just start recording there. Because like I said, you can always dial in your tone later. All right, now let's get into the session and let's record some guitar. All right, so here we are in the DAW. What we've got is Kyle's guitar. He's got some scratch guitar takes he gave to me from his demo. And last week I recorded bass with Kyle, and I've got some virtual drums in there. What we're going to focus on today is just recording the guitar in the verse. What's interesting about this song is he's got 3 different guitar parts. So let's have a listen to what that sounds like. And then we're going to basically re-record it with a different guitar, different tone, and try to really lock it in. So this is the verse. There's some vocals in here. This is the guitar that I want to focus on first. It's just some harmonics in G. So I'm going to track that first because it's easy. And then we're going to come back and we're going to do this guitar left and right. There's some interesting stuff going on. So let's get into it. Okay, so we are in the DAW. I opened up I created a track for my guitar. I tuned it up. We're going to mute. We're going to mute these guitars, and we're just going to track this harmonics guitar. I'm actually just going to turn the volume down because I want to see the waveform, but I just also want to not hear it. Oh yeah, I should say too, I already dialed in a tone, right? So we've got our bridge pickup, and we've got our neck, we got our neck pickup, and we got our bridge pickup. And I wanted the bridge pickup for this one. And I wanted it a little brighter. So I've got the tone knobs cranked up to full blast on this one, and I just want to get this harmonic guitar, so let's give it a shot. Cool, I messed up on the second one. I'll do one more take of this. It's nice to have a few different takes that you can, cut in when you need them. Okay, so we've got a clean raw signal. Let's just throw a amp on there and a little bit of quick presets on the effects so we can kind of hear it a little wetter, a little more distorted. So we'll just choose kind of like, what do we want? Kind of a sweet amp. Sweet on the edge, whatever. Let's try that out. And we're going to throw some stomp effects on there. Stomp 4. we kind of want delay reverb. Let's try very wet. It's kind of cool. Maybe the delay mix we bring down a bit. Cool. So that's all we need right now. It's just enough as a reference that we can come back to it. We can have it in our mix while we're doing the other guitar parts. This bug is driving me crazy. All right, so now we're going to create a new track. We're going to call this harmonics verse, harmonics guitar. Now that's the easy one. This next one's a little different. So there's two guitars and they're kind of doing this octave thing. There's one low, there's one high, and they're kind of playing slightly different stuff. And there's this really interesting fourth interval in the guitar part that we're gonna also play around with. It's kind of David Bowie, China Girl. So here's what the first guitar sounds like. And the higher guitar sounds like this. Now I love that little lick there. That's so cool. So we're going to, same idea. We've already got, it's already tuned up. We're going to do another quick tune on the D string. Make sure that we've got it tuned up the way we want it to. And we're going to try just laying down the first couple of bars. So again, we want to dial in our tone here. Our single's actually quite hot on the guitar. So I'm going to turn it down on the interface. That's better. We want it around 75% there. Okay. Next we want to find basic tone. Okay, so I've rolled a bit of the tone off the top, and we're right in the middle pickup. Okay, let's give it a go. Whoops. Did I get cut off there? I did. Well, I was recording, but I messed it up. That was okay. Let's do another take. Here we go. All right, so not without a few bummer notes. Now we could dial in a quick little tone, so add effects. We'll go back to our trusty old guitar amp sim that we always use, which is the guitar amp by, who makes this again? I think it's XLN, or no, it's Waves. So we're just going to use kind of a warm amp, warm vintage driver, sure. And we're going to add a bit of a chorusy thing there, because I kind of want it to feel a little bit chorusy. Post amp. Maybe this is what we want. Let's have a listen to the takes and we'll dial in the tone a bit more. Kind of like that, a little bit too much reverb on there. I feel like this should be a reverb instead of a spring. feel like the guitar amp needs a little bit more grit, so we're just going to find a little bit more of a tone with some more grit. Still not enough grit there. Drive is blasting. Go a little more presence. So this tone is a little dark. So I'm not gonna scrap it, but on the next guitar we're gonna do, I'm going to boost the tone a little bit more. So we're not gonna get hung up on it now. I think I can always come back and retrack it with a different guitar if I wanted to, but right now we're just gonna arrange the parts and we're gonna keep going forward here with the low verse guitar. So same idea here. Okay, so let's try this one out now. I don't like that I can't hear my guitar at all, because I've got the signal a little lower. So I think I gotta boost the signal up on the preamp. So this goes back to what I was saying. You want a strong, clean signal into your interface. So at least you can hear it in your feedback in your headphones, but also getting it into the DAW at a good level. So I think for this one, we want a different tone. So I'm going to just go to the neck pickup. And let's check our tuning first as well. You always want to check your tuning between takes. That was pretty good. So now, since we've got our guitar parts recorded, that's kind of the first thing. We got our ideas down. Now we can just shape the tone a little bit on these. So I'm going to just dial in some tones really fast on both of these guitars. So for the high guitar, it's a little snappy there. So that's closer to what I want, a little drive, a little edgy. And save this guy. So that's cool. I'm happy with that guitar. So we've got our harmonics guitar. And then we've got our low verse guitar. Let's just get a tone on this guy. So, same idea. We've got pretty good raw takes. So let's get a guitar tone we like. And I kind of like that, to be honest with you. But I would like it a little warmer. Because this one's on the the neck pickup. Okay, I think I want to try, see if there's any good like pre-effect stomp. What do we have here? Preamps. What this does. Wow. It's kind of cool actually. Guitar, what is this? That's a cool tone too. I mean, I wouldn't use it for this song, but that's actually pretty good. So one more quick little thing here. Like, you don't really want to find tone by itself out of context with the mix. It's a good sanity check, but ideally you want to try to dial it in with the mix. All right, so that's going to do it for today's session. We did some verse guitar. We focused on getting a decent tone, a decent signal, into the DAW first, and we didn't get crazy on tone. We got close approximations because you can always go back and you can always dial in a different tone, but you can't really go back and get a different take. So we want to prioritize our creativity. We want to record fast, get up and running with a basic tone. And yeah, the rest is up to you later on. So if you want to get help with your own productions, I have a community called Song Farm. We meet once a week. We dive into what you're really working on. We talk production, we talk songwriting, we talk arrangement. All the answers that you might be looking for, well, not all the answers, but answers to a lot of the questions you're looking for if you're a solo artist, a solo music producer, an aspiring songwriter. Come join us in Song Farm, check it out, and learn directly from me and from other artists and students in the community. If you want one-on-one help as well, I do work directly with artists to help them produce their tracks. So if you want help with a song you're working on, reach out to me. I'll leave all the info in the description. And thanks so much for watching. Happy producing, happy writing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.